going down? It's DJ Ash Noble here. Welcome back to another stream. So I think it was either yesterday or before when we did the last stream, and I spoke about some like upcoming opportunities and such, things that were coming in the pipeline, and I spoke about a gig that was going to be happening next week that I wasn't fully announcing because there was no flyer or artwork with my name on. So if you know me by now, often a lot of times where there'll be already an event in the pipeline and there'll be already a flyer out with some names on, and then for whatever reason that event will decide that they're gonna have a bit of a change up, or they're gonna just try and make it a little bit bigger and better, and they decide that they're gonna put some more artists on, and then you go through that process of waiting for an updated flyer to come. Now, when I get told about these opportunities, or if I get asked to play somewhere that's already been announced, 9 times out of 10, I could go live the second I've been told and say, look, I'm playing here. I just personally prefer to wait till the flyer's out because it just makes it a little bit more interesting and a bit better for me being able to just share with that info and having that flyer with my name on it. So, do you know what I mean? Without that being said, next Friday, the 29th of July, you can catch me alongside a great load of DJs, including the amazingly talented Lily Healy, who I do want to add in this stream, has absolutely been smashing it just of recent time. Probably just over the past year, like myself, has just been absolutely nailing it, and I've seen the progression in Healy herself. I've seen the days where she was just playing a lot of house music and she wasn't as confident as she is now, and it's just so great to see that somebody else from the same town as me, with a passion for music and DJing, and just has a love for being behind the decks, is obviously just doing so well, and is obviously absolutely smashing the pants out of what she's doing at the moment. So she's actually headlining this event, believe it or not, which is really nice, really good to see. And they absolutely love her at this venue, and they wanted her to come back and wanted her to sort of headline this and they've wanted to go bigger and better and get more people involved. So we're alongside Lily Healy, we're alongside DJ Green. There used to be a duo, Healy and Green, but they went separate ways. No fallout or anything, just genuinely decided to do their own things music wise. We've got DJs Vivace. There's a well liked DJ that normally plays at this venue quite often, who's also on the lineup. There's obviously going to be myself. So a little bit of backing story. So you may or you may not remember, depends how well you follow me. I don't expect a lot of people to remember, but about sort of, I'd say about 10 months ago, I did a stream. It was probably either a Monday or a Tuesday, and I had a booking coming. It was like a last minute booking, and it was for Freshers Week, and it was to play at a venue called Service Station. So for those of you who may or may not remember, I played an event at the Service Station for Freshers Week, alongside DJs Lily Healy and DJ Green himself. And for those of you who may not remember, I played a 2 hour set, I believe, from 6 p.m. Until 8 p.m. And it was a really fun event. It was a really fun gig to play at. It was a really fun venue to play in, as the people that owned the service station itself and the staff behind the bar were just so loving, and they were just so happy and excited, and they were so up for a party. I was behind the decks, and there was this like computer screen that controlled like loads of disco lights and smoke machines. And there was like, to me, like, just tap that screen whenever you want, and change the lights around and just make it a good party in here. So I'm mixing away, and I could change a disco light if I wanted to. And it was just very well loved, and very well, just liked, and I just really enjoyed being in that venue itself. You go to some venues, and they're very strict, and they're very, don't do this and don't do that, which you can understand in some cases. Like, you don't just want any old Tom, Dick, and Harry, touching things that they're not supposed to touch. But it's just nice when you go to a venue, and you feel that the vibe, that even the staff are up for it. The people that own the club are just so buzzed that that it's happening, and they're not just stood there thinking like, oh, I can't wait for this to end. Obviously some people just do it for the for the care of the money and how much the venue can make, and they'll stand there and look at the watch, and there are only a few more hours to go, and then we can boot everyone out and finally close up. And then you get some venues like this one where they're just absolutely buzzed to be there, and they're just enjoying themselves, and they're pumping, and and they're dancing away to the tunes, which is a really good thing. So this event next week is held at the service station again. So it's like almost a year on. It's my return back to the service station. About 10 months on, I'm returning to the service station, which is absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to be back there. And I've got quite a good set plan so far. It's not completely finished, but there's definitely going to be some classics. There's going to be some throwbacks. There's going to be some remixes of some tunes that I've really been enjoying while I've been doing these private parties, believe it or not. I found a couple, I found a remix of a tune. I'm actually remixing it myself currently at the moment. It's on my FL Studio screen. Wasn't really planning to remix it as such. I just thought, do you know what, I'll sample part of it and put it in FL and just see what it sounds like. And then I ended up building this sort of remix that just it keeps getting better and better. But yeah, I've got a good set. It's gonna be, like I say, it's gonna be full of classics. I'm looking forward to bringing the vibe to the venue itself. Like I say, there's gonna be some sing along throwbacks. There's gonna be some updated remixes. Some remixes of classic tunes as well. So every tune in my set is going to be like a well-known classic from some sort of era or some sort of genre. But it's just going to be remixed into sort of like a tech house or like a deep house. And then I will play some original classics as well, some funky house classics. I've got a couple in mind that I will be dropping into the set as well, that I'm looking forward to just dropping and giving everybody a good sing song. So house music is obviously what I was grown up and brought up with, so all these classics that I'm going to be dropping, they're just, they're right up my street. And this is just why I absolutely cannot wait to do the gig. And this is also why I love the bounce music as well, because a lot of these house remixes, there's like bounce remixes of them, and that's what I look for when I'm doing when I'm playing a set, for example. I always look out for the remixes of the like the bounce classics. And speaking of bounce classics, Ashton and Samba D have released a remix today of Axwell, I Found You, which when that song first came out, that was like my favourite song as a kid. And I remember buying the single on CD, and it was the first tune that I ever remixed with freestyle, and it was an absolutely horrible remix that just, if you went back and listened to it now, which you still can, it's on my SoundCloud, Ash Noble. Just like I say, just would probably sound completely horrible now, if you listened back to it. However, Ashton and Samba D, they've done an amazing version of that tune, and it's so good. And it's definitely worth the purchase, and it's worth the listen, and it's worth dropping in your set as well. Especially if you do play bounce, but you are into your house tunes, and you like your feel good house from back in the day. your sort of funky house sort of era from the late 90s to the sort of 2009, 2010 time. Which I love them. Sort of that sort of studio BIC Girls, Michael Gray, The Weekend, Sunblock, Baby Baby, Booty Love Shine, all them sort of classics, Boogie Pimp, Somebody to Love, Beat Freaks, Somebody's Watching Me. All them classics where you had like the extended remixes, when all the Ministry of Sound annuals used to come out. Love them tunes. They were what I was brought up on. So I can't wait to get back in a club, be able to smash some of them out along with these remixes as well. That I'm just looking forward to obviously playing. So it's going to be a good vibe. It's going to be good vibes all night. It's entry as well, so you can just come down for free. It's 12 hours, believe it or not. It's a 12-hour event, which is going to be absolutely fantastic to see as well. So there's going to be 12 hours of just, like pure house and the best bangers. And, if the weather's nice like it has been, it'll just be a really nice day just for, being out on that Friday feeling. Hopefully, we'll get a few heads in and we'll just pop into to the service station and get down and, enjoy the vibe of this night and, afternoon into night. So it goes from 2 in the afternoon until 2 in the morning, which is absolutely crazy. I'm not sure what time I'm going to be playing yet. The set times are still getting sorted. I requested not to play too early. That was my only. I don't usually argue, with set times. I'm usually quite easy, about where I play. But essentially, I go to an appointment in the morning, which I finish about dinner time, and then by the time I get back home, and by the time I'd get like a bag, get like me tunes, packed in my bag, well, my USB stick, my headphones and everything, and by the time I've come back and grabbed a bite to eat, or whatever whatever the case would be. Say if I was opening up at 2 o'clock, for example, it'd just be a bit of a rush from me, like coming from my appointment. Even though it's 12 o'clock, by the time you get home, it's going to be going up for like 20 past 12. And then by the time you've maybe had a bite to eat and sort of packed your tunes together, and you've been to the loo, and you've got changed into your gigging gear, and had a wash and everything, the time goes up to 1 o'clock. And then by the time because I'll walk down there if it's a nice day, so then by the time you've walked down there, do you know what I mean? It'd be going up to, towards 2 o'clock. So I'd just rather give myself a little bit more time. Like, if I, even playing something like 4 o'clock wouldn't bother me. 5 o'clock, anywhere, I'd say anywhere sort of 4 o'clock onwards, is a nice little sort of time for me. Gives me a chance to get down there, gives me a chance just to get all sorted. But like I say, they'll pick the set time. I just said as long as it's not like the dead early, as long as it in something like the first set. I said I'd be, I'd be easy. I suppose last would be a little bit of a, would be a long time to wait, but I'd happily do it. But we'll just see what exactly. I think someone did already pick last anyway, so I don't think I will be last. But we'll just see what goes down in Chinatown. So that is the next gig for me. It's actually a week off this weekend. However, there is a stomping on the Saturday night this weekend. It's just a little free party. Not sure how well it's going to go. There is a big hardstyle festival called Kidstock going off in, I think it's up in Redcar. I know the Layman's doing the pictures there, and sadly I was going to get a ticket this week, and then they'd actually like sold out. I'm one of these people, like when it comes to like festival tickets, like they always want you to get them in advance because places like that they usually sell out. But I'm one of these people that can normally only really get something like nearer the time, because if I get a ticket that if I get a ticket say like 2 months ago for something that say like is now, in sort of like late July, that's like that's like that's like one thing less that I could do like a couple of months before, if that makes sense. So like if I bought a festival ticket, say in April, like that would have been something less that I would have done in April. And it's just one of them, like, because I wasn't sure at the time if I'd be going, or where things had planned out, and it just panned out that I had a free weekend, and then obviously I just thought, what, I might come to this, the layman's driving down, but then obviously you could only get like a full sort of like camping weekend thing or something, and that I'm aware of, the layman's only going for the Saturday, so I just thought there's no point. But there is a a stomping, a free party on in Hull. I guess for people that aren't into the harder stuff, as far as like hard style and up tempo and raw style. And there is, as a matter of fact, going to be this stomping on, which will be all things like hard trance, hardcore, trance, maybe a bit of bounce as well. Not entirely sure. I'm not playing this one. Like I say, it's a gig free weekend. I think they were just asking people, like asking, if you want a slot, etc. And at the time, I wasn't really sure what was going to be happening, so I didn't ask for a slot. And like I say, I don't like asking for slots. I like people to ask me. I'm not, I don't think I've ever asked for a slot in my entire life. For a gig, I think everything on this flyer wall, I'd been asked if I wanted to play it, if that makes sense. So Wizards of the Core, I got asked. Stomp for Cancer, I was asked. All the DNAs, I was asked. The Tosh Clubland Vibes, I was asked. The Bounce to Your Drops, I was asked for them. No one, I didn't go and ask someone and say, hey, have you got anything going at your events? Everything has kind of been, I've been asked if I've wanted to do it, because they've wanted to put me on for whatever reason, or someone's recommended me or bigged me up. And that's the way I like it to stay. Because the thing is, like, I don't need to gig as much as I enjoy gigging, and I love gigging. Like, if I had a couple of weekends where I didn't get any gigs, I wouldn't just go asking for a slot anywhere just for the sake of doing something. People asking me because I want people to want me for me. I want them to have seen me somewhere and think, what, he looks good, or someone to big me up and go, yeah, do you know what, we'll have this guy, he sounds like a good guy. And that's just me. So I wasn't really too keen for asking, for a set, even though I probably could have done, and I would have probably been offered one or something like that. It just would have been, it's just not really who I am, if that makes sense. But yeah, that is taking place. It is a free entry, the usual place for Stomping the Club Vega. So if you do want to go down, it is just a free entry. Like I say, I haven't really got anything on that I'm aware of, so I will probably just have a walk down. A couple of people on the flyer that I'm quite good friends with, and some people I don't see all that often. So it will be nice, some out of town people. It'll be nice to go and have a catch up with them, and see some of the other faces as well. So I'm looking forward to that kind of sense of things. Bit of music, bit of atmosphere, I suppose. See a few out of town people, and it'll be quite good. And then it'll be on to the week and getting ready for the following Friday, which is going to be good. So I'm looking forward to that. And there is another booking, like I say, for a date later on in September, and things are heating up. I'll be announcing something soon, so just keep an eye sort of peeled. But all I'm gonna say is it's big, it's massive. I'm actually honoured to be doing it. I can't wait to announce it to you, because it's gonna be absolutely fan-dabby-dozy, trust me. But like I say, there will be information coming very, very soon. So just keep an eye out. It's all going off at the moment. It's all like getting real hot, and there's excitement building, and there's tension building, and everything's just absolutely getting heated at the moment, ready for it all to sort of, you know, come to head. And just sort of, you know, then I'll be like coming live and saying I'm doing this, you know, and it's just going to be amazing. It's going to be really good. I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it. But anyway, like I say, the stream was about next weekend. Super looking forward to it. So make sure to like and subscribe to this channel for more updates. Get yourself down to the service station in Hull. If you are in the Hull area, it's a free entry, so you don't have to pay to come in. There's music going off from 2 in the afternoon until 2 in the morning. So even if you're at work and you can't get off until the evening, come down in the evening. There's going to be music all night long. So if you want to come down at 6, there's still plenty of time to catch a party. If you are not at work or you get finished off early and you fancy coming out for a few bevies, get yourself down to the service station in Hull and be absolutely fantastic. Really, really good vibe. But yeah, so make sure to like, make sure to comment, share. We'll see you all next time.